Hi, it's Taylor and welcome to the Tribe Life's 30 Days of Yoga Challenge. Today is day 8, so if you stuck with me since day 1, we are officially more than 1 week in. Congratulations. For day 8, we are going to focus on building heat in the body, so doing more sun salutations. And for those that are new, and if you're new to yoga and you're like, what is a sun salutation? It's a basic sequence of poses. There's Sun Salutation A and Sun Salutation B, and we'll just move through those poses. It's a pretty basic sequence that you'll experience with any flow or vinyasa styled class. So we won't go too fast, but we'll definitely build up some heat. So you might notice you feel a little bit warmer, muscles a little bit warmer than in past classes. So when you're ready, roll out your mat and we'll begin. For today's class, we're going to start laying down on our mat today. So getting into a nice comfortable Shavasana pose, and place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. And we'll stay here for a few breaths, breathing as you check in with your breath, noticing your chest and your belly rise and fall with each breath. And as we continue to breathe, taking a moment to check in with your body, always doing a body scan, noticing any tension, just noticing if anything is calling out to you. And then also mentally, just checking in with your thoughts, checking in with your energy level, seeing where you are, and maybe your mood on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being ecstatic, just noticing where you are. And then lastly, setting your intention for class. So you might have the same intention from day 1. If anything else is calling out to you today, just bringing that to your mind, holding on to it in your heart. We'll take a few more breaths here. Reaching your arms up over your head. Stretching from your fingertips to the tips of your toes. And then sliding the arms and the legs over to the left in a boomerang C shape, feeling the stretch on that right side body. Coming back to center. Sliding your arms and legs over to the right side, feeling the stretch on the left side body. And back to center, hugging your knees into your chest, rocking forward and back. Coming up to a nice, comfortable seated position on your mat. Placing the left hand outside your left hip, the right hand on the left knee. Inhale, sitting nice and tall, and then exhale, twisting over to your left. Coming back to center, switching sides, right hand outside right hip, left hand to right knee. Inhale, sitting tall, and exhale, twisting over to the right. Coming back to center, coming forward over your ankles, we'll step back to plank. So pressing down through all 10 fingers, pushing back through your heels, reaching through the top of your head, engaging your navel. And then lifting the hips up and back, coming to downward facing dog, walking out the dog. Taking a few breaths. And rising up, Lifting the hip, or lifting up the heels, slowly rolling forward, coming to plank. Pressing down through the palms, reaching through the top of the head. Lifting the navel. Inhale, lifting the hips up and back, coming back to downward facing dog. One more time, lifting the heels up, rolling forward, coming to plank, pressing in the palms, reaching through the top of the head, engaging the navel, lifting the abs and reaching the hips up and back, coming back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that right leg up and back. Step it forward, rising up to warrior one. Working to square the hips. And then planting the hands, stepping back to plank, yogi's choice. Take a flow or push back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that left leg up and back. Step it forward, warrior one. And releasing the hands, stepping back to plank, yogi's choice. Take a flow or press back to downward facing dog. Looking forward, jump, step, or walk your feet up in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up, lifting the head and chest, reaching the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back to plank. Yogi's choice, take a flow or press back to downward facing dog. Take in one more breath. Looking forward, jump, step, or walk your feet in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting the head and chest up, rising up. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale them to heart. Taking a breath. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, jump, step, or walk back to plank, planting the right palm in front of you, rotating onto the outer edge of that right foot, stacking the feet, lifting the left arm up to the sky. Lifting the hips up as we come into side plank on the right side. Take one more breath. And then dropping that left hand, coming onto the other side. So rotating onto your outer edge of the left foot, stacking the feet, lifting the hips, reaching the right arm up to the sky. And then planting that right hand, yogi's choice. Take a flow or push back to downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. Bend the knees, pressing back to child's pose. Releasing the head and chest and arms down to the ground and checking in with the body. Do you feel the heat? I feel the heat from all of the flowing and sun salutations. So just noticing that, checking into your body, slowing down the breath. And then rising up, we'll sit on our heels in hero's pose. You can always prop it up with a block or blanket, and just sitting here with heart over hips, palms down, close the eyes, rolling the shoulders up and back. And then open the eyes. Come on to a seated position. And then bring the legs out in front. Straightening the legs, flexing the feet. Taking your time, reaching your arms out in front of you. And then slowly lowering down one vertebrae at a time. All right, hugging in the knees, rocking from side to side. Planting the feet, knees to the sky. We'll come into one bridge. So planting the hands down by your side, palms down. As you rotate the pelvis towards you, lifting the hips and pressing into your heels as you shimmy the arms under, the shoulders under. You can grab onto your wrists, continuing to lift the hips, pressing into the heels, continuing to breathe. And then lowering the hips all the way to the ground, hugging the knees into the chest, bringing the arms out to the side, and you can shift the hips to the right, knees to the left. Gaze over that right shoulder, working to get your shoulder blades on the ground and just taking a few deep breaths. And bringing the knees back to center. Dropping the hips over to the left, knees to the right. And gaze over that left shoulder. Again, noticing if both shoulders are down on the ground. Just taking a few deep breaths. Bringing your knees back to center. Again, giving them one more hug. And then you can release your legs down to the mat, straightening them out. Palms up to the sky. Coming into final Shavasana. So if you want to pause the video here, taking a Shavasana in your own time, and otherwise stick with me for the next minute or so. And I'll wake you up and finish class together. Continuing to breathe with each exhale, allowing yourself to melt into your mat. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretching your arms up overhead, reaching from your fingertips to the tips of your toes. Making your way onto your right side body and pausing here for a breath or two. And then coming back up to a nice comfortable seated position. Rolling your shoulders up and back down your spine. Take an inhale, reaching your arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. I always close practice with a moment of gratitude, thinking of one thing you're grateful for and holding it in your heart. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.